Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today we're unpacking a truly fascinating strategy from our source material on how to stop just casually using AI and start actually wielding it to completely reshape your career. If you've been feeling like your job search or your career transition is, just stuck in the mud, well, this step-by-step guide is exactly what you need. Let's get into it. Right off the bat, the source material highlights this massive, glaring gap between someone who just uses AI as a basic copy-paste tool and someone who wields it as a strategic partner. Think about it. You give two people the exact same tool and you get wildly different results. The basic user asks for a generic leadership post and gets, well, a polished paragraph that says absolutely nothing of substance. But the wielder, they're using it to process deep research, build businesses, and in our case today, engineer a highly targeted system to secure a dream job. So, we're going to build your ultimate job search engine step by step today. Here's our roadmap. 1. Wielding the AI advantage. 2. Meet your memory partner. 3. Step 1. Context and files. 4. Step 2. Role and tone. 5. The prime prompting framework. And finally, 6. Your ultimate human edge. All right, let's jump straight into part 1, wielding the AI advantage. Now, what's really interesting here is how the source defines Claude. We have to stop thinking of it as just a simple chat box and start seeing it as a persistent memory partner, specifically through its projects feature. Look, when you're tackling a massive problem, like finding a new job, the work doesn't just end in one sitting, right? A project is a dedicated workspace where the AI literally remembers your world. It holds your files, your specific instructions, so that every single time you open it up, you are never starting from zero. Moving right along to Section 2, Meet Your Memory Partner. The source makes such a great point here, and it's absolutely crucial. You have to customize your AI at the project level, not the overall account level. Why? Well, because planning a family vacation requires entirely different context than hunting for a senior marketing role. By keeping your job hunt strictly contained within a specific project, the AI's memory stays hyper-focused on that singular mission without getting muddled by your everyday random tasks. So, how do we actually set this up? It boils down to a crucial 3-step formula to transform Claude into your personalized career assistant. We need to drop in context, define the role, and set the tone. Let's break these down one by one.
Which brings us to Section 3. Step 1. Context and files.
Listen, instead of making Claude guess who you are, which, let's be honest, usually ends poorly, you need to dump all of this highly specific context directly into your project. Upload your current resume, a PDF of your LinkedIn profile, 2 or 3 actual job descriptions you genuinely want, your writing samples, and even resumes from colleagues that you admire. By feeding it all of this up front, the AI completely understands your professional world before you've even asked it a single question. It's like giving it a map to your career. Okay, on to Section 4. Step 2. Role and tone. Once the files are in, you need to hire and brief your smart assistant. The source provides this brilliant example of how to do it. You want to replace generic prompts with a highly specific persona. Tell it, you're the world's most badass recruiter. I am a brand marketer with 5 years of experience at WPP. See what happened there? You're writing a brief for an assistant who now intimately knows your background and exactly what success looks like for you. But just defining the role isn't enough. You have to explicitly set the tone rules. The source heavily recommends demanding that Claude writes in a direct and confident tone to avoid that cringy robotic AI fluff. Ban the corporate fillers or buzzwords. Tell it to match the target job description's language. And most importantly, I love this part, instruct it to act as a constructive partner who gives you honest feedback on your weak spots instead of just being a yes machine. Once you get this all set up, everything changes. A Claude project basically turns a one-off AI conversation into an ongoing, persistent relationship. Every time you come back to ask for a tailored cover letter or, say, a new resume bullet for a specific role, Claude already knows exactly who you are, what your voice sounds like, and what your ultimate goal is. It is a massive time saver. All right, let's hit Section 5, the prime prompting framework. Now that your Copilot is built, how do you talk to it daily to get those elite results? The source gives us the prime framework. It's basically a foolproof method to direct Claude the exact same way you would direct a super smart human you've just hired. It stands for purpose, research, interview, mechanics, and examples. Let's walk through it. First up, purpose and research. You have to give the AI a clear, precise goal.
Then provide external research or internal constraints to ground its response. By giving it the raw material, the context of the audience, and the risks involved, you are completely stopping the AI from simply guessing and hallucinating facts. You're putting guardrails on it. Now, pay attention here because this is literally the hidden gem of the whole explainer. The I stands for interview. Tell Claude to interview you before it responds to your prompt. Ask it to generate multiple choice questions to sharpen its own scope and refine your thinking before it ever writes a single word. Flipping the script and having an AI interview you is a bit wild, but man, it's an incredible way to collaborate and get exactly what you need.
Finally, finish your prompt with mechanics and examples. Dictate the exact formatting mechanics. Do you want a 10-slide deck, conversational bullet points, a formal document? Be specific. Then provide examples of past formats you admire. Showing the AI what good looks like is hands down the fastest path to high-quality output.
Applying this prime framework to your newly built project allows you to execute complex job search tasks instantly. Boom! You can tailor a cover letter in seconds, extract interview talking points from a dense 40-page industry report, or instantly analyze a new job listing to see how well it actually matches your resume.
And finally, Section 6, your ultimate human edge. Look, while Claude can clearly do incredible heavy lifting, we're talking code, polished writing, rapid design, the source points out something absolutely crucial. The real edge? It remains the human operating the machine. You still have to navigate through the friction. Your true, uncopyable advantage is your innate curiosity, your tenacity, and your patience to build real capabilities instead of just using the tool for lazy convenience.
Just think about the value represented by this number right here, 20. For $20 a month, you are effectively hiring an assistant that's better than most MBAs or PhDs. This technology completely strips away any old labels you might have carried about, not being technical enough or not having the right degree. The barrier to entry is literally gone.
I absolutely love this empowering quote from the source's mentor. It reminds us that AI is merely the engine, but you have always been the driver. You've always had the potential inside of you. Now you just have the ultimate tool to finally unlock it. So I'm going to leave you with this provocative thought as you sit down to set up your own Claude project today. Are you going to settle for everyday convenience, or are you ready to truly wield this tool, build your capabilities, and land your next great role? The choice is entirely up to you. Thanks for joining us for this explainer, and we'll see you next time.